first Zen Center was on Ashland Street. Musang Sanin remembers that. And in 1978, this building was bought from Professor Mott, who was a jazz professor at Yale. Interesting enough, the Zen Center has a lot of music history of Karma. There were two jazz professors in the music school who helped start it, and Rick Veit. Well, there was Bob Moore and David Mott, and then Rick Veit was another resident who was also a music major. And Neil Ferguson is now from the Music School too, so the tradition lingers on it. So that is really, in the very early history, is where a lot of the changes happened. And then, as I said, people moved in and people moved out. We formed a garden. People have done 90-day retreats. People have gone to do Pilche at the Providence Zen Center, which is a very long retreat. All of which is just continuing the line of practicing, which is really why the Zen Center exists. I've recently taken an apartment in Bridgeport. I'm living here part-time in Bridgeport part-time. And I thought, well, why don't I start a Zen Center in Bridgeport? And then I started to think about what goes into a Zen Center. There's this room, and there's a community of people who practice at 5:15 a.m. and 7:15 a.m. every day. And there are intensive retreats, and there are teachers who come down, and there's a lot of, it's incredibly involved, and is an enormous resource. So I think I'm very proud for the New Haven Zen Center that it has maintained itself as a resource for 10 years. I remember once Andrea Veit, who was head Dharma teacher here for a number of years, was thinking of moving out of the Zen Center. And I know that she talked to Sansanim, and Sansanim looked at her and said, if you move out, then who will help the people of New Haven? I thought that was a marvelous statement about why the Zen Center exists. The Zen Center only exists to help the people of New Haven in a very deep way, in a very lasting way. So congratulations, New Haven Zen Center, and thank you everyone for coming to celebrate. Okay, let us now all together say the homage to the Buddhas. If everyone can please stand. Homage to all the Buddhas who are present in their glory at this assembly. Homage to the Dharma, which is present in its glory at this assembly. Homage to all the Sangha, who are present in their glory at this assembly. Okay, we will now chant the threefold refuge in Korean and do Kwanzaa Bosal chanting, which is on the next book.
I'm really happy to be here. Actually, the New Haven Zen Center really saved my life. That was probably a big mistake. Rusty has told you some of the official history of the early days of the New Haven Zen Center. I thought I'd tell you a little of the unofficial history. In those days, Sansanim is a man who's always been teaching us, believe in yourself 100% and only go straight. And he did. So somehow, a group of us found ourselves, we liked this man. We had no idea who he was. And we liked coming here or living here and practicing. And that's about all we had in common. So we'd have these house meetings once a week, and we'd have huge debates as to what we were really doing. And there was Stephen Mitchell, Mugatsnin, who also saved my life. But he had a very strong idea. I am teaching everyone. But not everyone agreed with that idea. So many people, we would have, but it didn't matter. He only went straight teaching. Then other people only went straight their idea. Then every once in a while, somebody would step in and do something completely outrageous. For example, you notice we all have brown Christians. That means originally we liked Japanese style. And we had this black Japanese Buddha who sat like this. So Sansani once made this trip to Korea. And Stephen said, no, don't let him bring back the gold Buddha. Don't let him do it. But sure enough, one day, with this big smile on his face, which is what Korean people always do when they're about to announce something absolutely horrendous, he brought in this huge baby. It was all wrapped up and set it on the altar, and here you are. Another time, we're having a ceremony at Providence Zen Center, and none of the Dharma teachers from New Haven could go. So Sansim said, okay, that's okay, no one can go, so next Youngmin Janjin, no interviews. And everyone was extremely upset. And Sansim said, but don't worry, no interview is great interview. So, oddly enough, after Sansim said that, it turned out that one of the Dharma teachers had time to go, after all. So we were still sort of upset about it when we were talking at the Zen Center after the ceremony in Providence. You know, Sansim, you should have more compassion. So someone asked him, well, what is compassion? And with a big grin on his face, Sansim just went. So, Zen's not what you think it is, I guess. And I've always found that the most wonderful thing about it. And I really want to congratulate Rusty and Neil and everyone here who's stuck it out and really kept trying, because it seems like whatever idea you have, all you have to do is keep trying and it'll become clear. So, congratulations to New Haven Zen Center.
Next, representing the Providence Zen Center is Master Dharma teacher Bobby Rhodes.
I want to say congratulations also, and I've been coming down here since 1975. I guess I came to the opening ceremony, and since then been visiting frequently. And in the beginning, you know, we started Zen Center in Providence, which is right on 95, Route 95. Then we started one at Cambridge, which is right on Route 95. Then we started with New Haven on 95, and Manhattan, which is on 95. And I really thought it was going to be Baltimore and Washington, D.C., Norfolk, Virginia, and whatever else is down there. And we kind of stopped. We had these 4 Zen centers for a long time, and they feel really like brothers and sisters, very close. Providence and Cambridge and New York and New Haven. Every year we have a New Year's ceremony, and those 4 Zen centers always give a skit. And New Haven is famous for always having the best skits every New Year. Everybody agrees. There's never any argument. New Haven's is the best, and then Cambridge and Providence kind of, we're not sure, you know, which one of ours is best, but New Haven's is, so it has a wonderful sense of humor, this Zen Center. Very wonderful, and I always love to come here. And also it has I always remember it as having very gentle men being here. Usually more men than women, almost always. And they used to babysit for my baby when she was, Annie, when she was little. I'd lead retreats here and bring the baby. And just one little anecdote I remember is one time Rusty was watching Annie for me while I was giving interviews, and I came up and Annie was screaming, and I was very attached to her. She was only like 6 months old. She was screaming, and I never used to let her cry. I said, Rusty, what happened? And he goes, well, she won't stop crying. I don't know what's wrong. And I said, well, did you try to pick her up? And he said, well, I never thought of that. Zen Center has this wonderful, I don't know what it is. A lot of men. And the other thing I remember very strongly with the census. It's not here anymore, but it was here for so long, it still feels like it's here. There was this big trench, well, not a trench, but a trench of begonias, right? That grew against the window behind the Buddha for years. They just always were flowering. Any time of the year, these flowers just never stopped blooming. And that altar was always immaculate, and still is. But the flowers were just incredible. And then one time, I could say froze or something. The oil was very expensive, so one winter it was too cold in the garden, and they froze. But this is, I don't know, the altar's always been a very powerful one for me to come here and sit. And the other thing, one more thing is that, Musansing already mentioned it, was this tri-mind. Like, all of us, I think, in our life sometimes feel like, can I get up this morning, or can I find my car keys, or can't find my wallet, or it's not sure you're going to get together that day and make it. And somehow it seems we always do. And this sense, and sometimes it's almost like, is it still down there? Should we put them on the newsletter this month? But it's always like, it just stays and keeps trying, and it helps people tremendously. And so I really appreciate it. I want to thank you for being here for 10 years. I want to especially thank Rusty, because he's been really, really incredible, strong person. Thank you.
And now, representing the North Madison Congregational Church, is Reverend James Ottoman.
Years. It's very nice. 10 years, attachment to number. I have 10 fingers. I've had them all my life, and we haven't wanted to celebrate that. These 10 fingers have been pointing in New Haven at the moon for 10 years. And a good question, how many people have these 10 years been directed toward the moon? I have a cat at home that when I point to something that's fallen on the floor, she invariably snips the end of my finger and does not find the food that I've stolen on the floor. And we perhaps all too often hold up the fingers and look too little at what they are pointing at. Fingers ideally become useless once the moon has been seen. I am here, having only been, to as much a degree as I can, a part of the life of this Zen Center for the past 3 years, something like 3 years. A very interesting experience. I came back from the summer. Our house was full of fleas, and my wife was on the way to the trash can with all of the newspapers that had accumulated in 1 month. I said, wait a minute, I want to read them. But they're full of fleas, she said. So I grabbed one section at random, and there was Rusty Hicks, who I known as the Reverend Rusty Hicks of the United Church of Christ, coming out from underneath his disguise that he had put up before the rest of us Christians, as being also the abbot of the Zen Center. Because I've had a relationship with Zen over many years, and so got in here as quickly as I could. Rusty, we have more in common than we may have suspected. This center has been a home for me in many ways, and a home for many people in my parish. I am one who believes that names and labels are those fingers, those attachments that perhaps more and more we can learn to let go, to find what is truth, going straight from wherever we may be. And I encourage those in my own flock to do that. And should this be something that may help them in going straight and learning not to know so much as we Christians have claimed in the past to know, that it would be a very good thing indeed. So I am honored and pleased to be asked to participate, even though I am not a Master Dharma teacher. That means I don't know better than anyone else. Indeed, my congratulations and respect to all who have made this celebration possible, and particularly to Rusty, who has become a very important person in my life and the lives of many others.
And now, Master Dharma teacher Link Rhodes will give a Dharma talk.
I don't know any more than anybody else, but I know that. It's really wonderful to be here. I've also known this place for 10 years, and in many ways I've known the outside of the house intimately while we painted it. I've known the basement intimately while we put some gas pipes in one day. It's very interesting having this 10-year ceremony is a time to stop for a second and just appreciate and see what has been happening for 10 years. I never used to have much interest in ceremonies, but over the years of being a Sunny student, I've had many, many ceremonies, and I found that it's a way to address and deal with something that can't any other way. It isn't just thanks for this place, that's part of it. But if you think about it, a number of people have gotten up and said things about the history and some things that have happened here. What is it that really would make us come here this evening to do this? All the things people said are true. It's been wonderful, the people that over the years that have been part of this place. When Rusty was talking, I was thinking, I see some of those people still. David Mott is still practicing and has a place in Toronto, and Bob Moore is still practicing in Los Angeles. He's still doing the same thing. And Stephen Mitchell is still practicing. He was out in Berkeley, California. And on and on. Very, very interesting. It's not something that just came and went. Many, many people have come and gone, and still there's something they have with them. What is that? What is that we're here to celebrate? Another thing that I always think of when I come down here, we oftentimes have these, like tonight, just we arrived 5 o'clock. There were only 1 or 2 people here. Started making some dinner. Neil and I, and Bobby, and some other people came, and all of a sudden there's 15 people eating dinner. And no muss, no fuss, no trouble. Those things happen all the time in a place where there's a sangha. Many, many times those things have happened here. It's a wonderful place to have that happen. But that's not all. Things like that happen everywhere. There's many places where that happens. There's also been wonderful teaching here. Zee has been faithfully coming here all these years. And, other people too. And people have been teaching each other. And trying to figure out how to get up every morning and clean this room and cook the meals and do that. That's not to be underestimated. It's not to be underestimated at all. Sometimes I've had this idea, I probably shouldn't say this with something in here, but that all of the sitting and everything is kind of a front to get people to try to be together and figure out how to be decent with each other. That's not a small matter, and there are very few places and circumstances in this world now where we get help with doing that. Just read the paper. Any day. That's some part of why we're here, why we're celebrating. I can think of a lot of funny things that have happened over the years. Bobby was right about this place having a sense of humor. One of the most
all of these things that I've said and that other people have said are true and they're very nice and they're wonderful. They're not anything that you couldn't find somewhere else, some other way, possibly. So what is it? We're all here tonight. A big part of it is to celebrate and congratulate the Zen Center. But what really brings us here? Is it that there's some possibility that we can change our lives? Is that it? Is it something that we want? Some peace of mind? Some help with the suffering that we have? Is it just maybe not wanting to be alone? Yeah, it's all those things. I could talk a lot, talk. And many things would come out of my mouth and they'd all be some idea. Yeah, nice idea. They don't quite do it though. They're not quite it. For any of us. For any of us. That isn't, they're not quite the whole story. And it's never going to be the whole story. Why is that? Why can't we quite put a finger on it? What it is, exactly. Because it isn't anything. It isn't anything, exactly. It isn't some desire, it isn't some something we can describe that simply. We can use words, compassion, clear mind, don't know. Here's one of the most interesting things, you know. All of us here, there's a part of the reason why we're here is because it's okay to not know here everything. As a matter of fact, it's encouraged. Isn't that interesting? That would be okay. As a matter of fact, it appears that we're rewarded the more we can do that. But even that puts it into some words. Maybe that's it. It's a mistake. So what do you do when you have to talk and say things that are always a mistake? What a predicament to get into. I'll tell you why I'm here and why it's wonderful that this place is here. Sounds foolish to me. Maybe that's not enough. Maybe that's some esoteric Zen answer. If we could just hear that, and if that was enough, that'd be enough for this Haven Zen Center. Thank you.
Now I will offer incense on our path to Buddha. Heart Sutra in English.
Thank you, everybody, for coming to the celebration. Our guests, honored guests. There'll be a talk, 8 o'clock. I'll invite you to that. And after the talk, there's going to be a party for the celebration, and also be an orientation for the retreat. Starting tomorrow morning. It's fitting that as we celebrate the 10th anniversary that we also start studying immediately afterwards. Happy anniversary and Haven Zensa.
And oops, everybody.
Serious.
Pretty,
Epic.
Everybody please practice response. Everybody practicing? Let's see if you want.
Which kind do you want, Mike? Sincere or cynical?
Whatever you're feeling now. Oh, that's nice. What a girl, what a girl.
Good color.
Good on you. Okay, now.
Someone near the door, if you're willing to let down the doorbell, this
Okay, folks, you're going to have to keep awfully still. This is going to be a very slow shutter speed, okay? So when I say freeze them, smile, I mean freeze. Okay, timer's going to go on, and I'll try to get in the picture too. Harley, you're going to, what are you too busy with that?
I'm just immortalizing them here on film. There he is. And I'm selling copies of this. Anybody's interested in seeing themselves?
Okay, wait, one more. Let's do one more, and then that's it.
One more?
Yep, and then we shut them down. Okay, that doesn't work.
Get the one with the sunset.
Yeah. Okay. You gonna get this one, Harley? Come on. Took my spot.
It's fun.
I'm a little shy. I don't wanna
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the New Haven Zen Center. Tonight, we're privileged to have a talk by Zen Master Sim-san, who doesn't get here too often these days, about once a year, so it's a really rare opportunity. This evening is really special at the Zen Center because we're celebrating our 10th anniversary, and had a lot of people come from our other Zen centers to help celebrate with us. And it's kind of interesting. A lot of people come to the Zen Center looking for something, looking for enlightenment maybe. And it's interesting because this Zen Center in Korean is called Mugak-sa, which means Temple of No Enlightenment. So everybody's come to the wrong place and they all go home. I was just asked to give this talk 2 days ago, so wasn't really sure what to talk about. And last week I went to Cambridge and sat a retreat for a week that was led by Susani. And we're going to do a similar retreat over the weekend, this weekend, which will be 3 days long. And I thought I'd talk about that a little bit since I had a chance to do a little bit of hard practicing during the week. I don't know how much. And it's really interesting for me as I've been practicing, going to a retreat now, and most of our daily lives we're really running around and all wound up inside. And if you just plunk yourself down on a cushion and don't involve yourself in the usual things that you're usually caught up in day to day, your mind is really still racing. It's kind of like this car that's all of a sudden slammed out its brakes, you know, but it's got all this baggage in the back that just keeps flying forward. And that takes a while to stop. And for me, I'll sit there for the first day and it's just all the baggage flying forward. And then the next couple of days, I'm usually trying really hard to make an effort just to practice. And a lot of times because instead of just being present, and I'm trying to be present and fighting myself and get really exhausted. And it's always this idea of, I am a good Zen student, I shouldn't be thinking, that thought shouldn't be there, or I should be practicing hard. And there's always this idea of self that is never really corresponding to what's going on at the moment. There's always something wrong with what is going on right now. It's never enough. It's always you're thinking or you're not supposed to be thinking, or whatever the situation is as you sit there. Anything that could possibly be wrong with the situation is, and you never just experience that moment for what it is. And after I go through a few days of that, sort of by maybe the 5th day of the week of the retreat, maybe for a couple of moments while I'm sitting there, you can just feel pain in your legs. And that's kind of remarkable. Most of the time during our daily lives, we never just experience something as simple as a pain in our leg, or just look at the floor and experience the floor, not I see this thing here which is called the floor, but really just experience the floor without putting a name on it and without saying you like it or you don't like it. And for a couple moments that actually happens, which is probably a little more than happens in our daily life. And you get a sense that it's possible that your daily life, you can be present in the moment and just experience a moment and have that experience be enough. And when you sit a long retreat, you have generally a lot of physical pain. And most of us have pain in our lives, but we just don't want to look at it and deal with it. And when we're in our daily lives, we can just go involve ourselves in something else and not look at our own pain. We can go watch a movie, or we can go eat an ice cream cone, or a host of things. But if you're sitting in a really structured retreat, you don't have too much choice. You just have to sit there. And whatever pain you have, whether it's in your knees or in any other place in your life, it's there. And you can try running away from it. Your mind can go all sorts of places. But after a while, you sort of get tired of that. I mean, that's what happened to me after 4 or 5 days. Your mind's sort of gone all the places it can go, and there's not too much left but just your own pain. And that's this life. And it's not just pain, but that's a big part of it, or some part of it. And it's also interesting then, while I was doing the retreat, I used to get really exhausted during retreats because of all this effort I put out kind of fighting myself and wanting the experience of the moment to be something that I thought sitting Zen is supposed to be, and most of the time my Zen sitting is like that. But once in a while you can allow yourself the opportunity to just experience things as they are. And it was really nice because the Cambridge Zen Center is right off of Central Square, and I used to really exhaust myself, but now I get really exhausted and fall asleep and dream a lot during sitting, but as soon as I finish sitting, I've got a lot of energy, and I don't feel like falling asleep anymore at all like I used to. So I go out walking in Central Square, and it's really nice when you're doing hard training because you can go and you can see all these amazing restaurants they have in Central Square. They have about 9 Indian restaurants and a Thai restaurant and Arab restaurants. And normally when your mind would be going bananas and go, I want that food, or I want that food, you know, you can just walk by and smell it. And it's just like there's an amazing world out there, and it doesn't have to drag you all around different places. You can just experience it and enjoy it for what it is. There was a poem that had collapsed or something down the street right on the curb and was lying there. And somebody else who was sitting in the retreat, there were some taxi drivers that had stopped, and they were just kind of hanging around looking at them to see what they could do. And somebody else who was doing the retreat walked by and went in the Zen Center and called the police, you know. And you can just experience the moment, and what do I have to do at this moment, and just go out and do it. And when I finished the retreat, I had gone to college in Boston, graduated there in 1979, and I don't get up there much. And a friend of mine, who I haven't seen since then, I went to school with for 4 years. He was a couple years older than me, and hadn't seen him. So it turned out I had parked my car in Jamaica Plain, which is sort of across Boston, and somebody gave me a ride there to pick up my car, and I decided I was going to go see if I could surprise him. And he lived a couple blocks away from the friend whose house I parked my car in front of. So I walked down the street to where his house was and rang the bell, and he lives upstairs from his parents in an apartment up there where his brother used to live where he got married. And his mother was there, and she recognized me and went in, and he wasn't home, he was out working, and talked to her for a while. And, you know, I asked, you know, the usual questions, what's Paul up to, and what's going on. And, it was just amazing to see, immediately after coming out of this retreat, to see all the sadness and suffering in this world. When you finish a retreat, you're used to a very simple routine that's very structured, and all you do all day is sit there and look at the floor and listen to the sounds of the cars go by and wash your bowls of tea and eat, and very simple. And I went there, and it turns out that he apparently was having a really hard time and had gotten really fat, and he got married a couple of years ago, and his wife, who was probably my age, has a severe inner ear problem. She's been operated on 2 or 3 times, and still nothing's gotten better. And she's has dizzy blackout spells and is going to see another specialist the next day. And she and her husband used to go up to Nova Scotia where they had a house, and I asked, how are you folks doing? And I assumed her husband was still around. He apparently had died last year and had phlebitis and lost one leg and lost the other leg. And it really hits you when you've just been living a very simple life, and not a lot changes in a retreat except for all the things that are going through your mind. But then you get out in the real world and see smack how things can just change. Your whole world can just be, devastated or changed immediately, just like the rug being pulled out from under you. And if you have, any idea or preconceptions about this world or what this life is supposed to be, and you hold on to that, every moment the rug gets pulled out from you, under you, and you suffer a lot. So, our practice is to be present in the moment without an idea of what it should or should not be. Just experience it. And when you experience the moment, you are not separate from the moment. You and the moment become one. We use in our school, Sunstein uses it as a teaching tool. And at the moment you hear that sound, it's just that sound. There's not an I hear the sound. There's just... And if we practice, and really practice, we can have our life be somewhat like that. We can be free in the moment and not be caught up in the suffering that we're all caught up in because we want this world to be something, because we have an idea of what this world should be. This past week we've seen the world, airliners blown up with 350 people on them, and, people hijacked. And that's all because of people who know what this world is supposed to be. I know what's right, and our practice is not that. It's not knowing. And when you not know, you can experience the world as it is. And when you do that, the world as it is the same for all of us. It's just this world right at this moment. The sound of the tape recorder running in front of me. People coming up the steps. So, my friend's father had died last year, and I started thinking there's a famous Zen story that Rusty had mentioned the other day about a monk who went with his teacher to a funeral. And in Zen we deal a lot with this question of life and death. What is it? Where do we come from? Where do we go? What's it all about? So this monk went over to the coffin and put his hand on it and said to the teacher, referring to the body inside, alive or dead? And he really, had this big question, what's going on here? And the teacher said to him, I won't say. And he really wanted to know, and he got really mad. He says, look, alive or dead, if you don't tell me, I'm going to smack you. Which was an incredible offense to smack your Zen master. So the Zen master said, even if you hit me, I won't say. So he belted him. And then years later, after his Zen master had died, this monk went to another Zen master and told him the story. And this Zen master was asked about it. He said, I won't say either. And it's really good teaching. I mean, we want to put a label on this. Is this alive or dead? As if once somebody gives you a word, somebody else, a Zen master, says alive or dead, that's going to give you the answer. Now you know. Now you're satisfied. Now you're full. And were he to say alive or dead, he's just putting a name on something. It's not the reality. And not only that, but it wouldn't be the person's own experience. So Zen means don't rely on anybody. Um, don't take anybody's word for this life, for what's it all about. Just experience for yourself. I mean, we all have the same eyes and nose and mouth and brains, and we can all experience this world just as well as anyone else. To really go out and do that, have a question, what is going on, what is this life? And not rely on anybody else's answers, because that's just their answers, that's just their words. And that doesn't solve your life. So our practice is keeping a not knowing mind, which is this mind that is not relying on someone else's answers, someone else's words, someone else's labels, judgments. And when you do that, you can experience this world as it is. You can hear the sound of the tape recorder and people shuffling their legs. And there's a famous story about Zen master Namchan and Joju. Namchan, Zen masters Namchan and Joju, and whose teacher is Namchan? Joju's teacher?
Namchan teacher. Joju disciple.
Yeah. Okay. So Joju went to Namchan and said, "What is the true way?" And Namchan said, "Everyday mind is the true way. Everyday mind, just sitting here in the sound of the tape recorder and doing this talk." And then Joju asked, "Well, then should I try to keep it or not?" Which is something that I do a lot when I'm thinking I'm practicing, is trying to keep everyday mind. And it's the moment you're trying to keep it, you're not. There's an I'm trying to be present, I'm trying to keep everyday mind, I'm trying to keep don't know. Which is one of the big reasons that I exhaust myself while I'm sitting. And so he said, should I try to keep it or not? And his teacher answered, if you try to keep it, you've already lost it. So he said, well, if I've already lost it, if I don't try to keep it, then how can I do it? I mean, I have to try.
They understand true way.
How do you understand the true way? Okay. So his teacher answered that what did his teacher answer?
Just understanding true way is not understanding, not understanding.
True way is not dependent on understanding or not understanding.
Understanding illusion.
Understanding is illusion. Not understanding is blankness. Okay.
If you complete understanding true way, it's like boy.
Yeah.
Why do you make one crap?
Yeah. So, okay, his teacher said, if you, the true way of not knowing is
Not depend on understand,
not dependent on understanding or not understanding. If you completely attain the true way, it is clear and infinite like space.
why do you make wrong one?
Why do you make right or wrong?
Share that God like
And he heard that and he got enlightenment. Which always happens at the end of these stories. So, if you listen to the sound of the tape recorder, or if you just see the floor, or you just space out like I did, is that really to just experience this world? Is that understanding? Is that not understanding? Is that right? Is that wrong? Is that good? Is that bad? And Zen means the absolute. There's no opposite. There's just this moment. Opposites are made by your thinking, good and bad, right and wrong, shoulds and shouldn'ts. And that's why people blow up airplanes and hijack airplanes. If we can get beyond all that, then it's possible for us to live together in harmony. And maybe we can try that a little bit. So thank you very much.
Thank you. Very good speech. Beautiful.
Yeah.
Okay, if I have question, your life, your problem, your practicing, any kind of question. No question? Yeah, some have question. Okay.
How do you tell a hungry child to experience the moment?
How?
How do you tell a hungry child, someone who's starving,
Starving?
to experience the moment?
Hungry.
Someone who has no food.
Want the food. They only experience of only want the food.
So how do they gain enlightenment?
He want to get already got enlightenment. Hungry guy, hungry enlightenment. If I don't want enlightenment, so cannot get enlightenment. Everybody wants enlightenment, practicing get enlightenment. Very easy. Body hungry, not problem, not so much problem. Body hungry, not so much problem. Mind hungry, much have problem. I want power. I want famous. I want that. I want that. I like that. I don't like that. That's a mind hungry. Not enough mind. So this time I got it. Okay. Russia make much have the Alaman nuclear weapons. America also make that. Okay. My way is correct. Your way is not correct. That's all from mind hungry. Mind hungry people much make problem in this world. Okay. Body hungry people lots of much make problem in this world. India, Cambodia, Africa, very hungry people, many hungry people. Not so much make a problem in this world. Only hungry. Very simple mind. But mind hungry people, much make a problem in this world. So practicing, we make this Dharma candy, Dharma ice cream, Dharma food, then make give to them necessary. Then world peace no problem. That's a point. Okay, more question? No?
I have a question.
Okay.
3 Zen centers. Today we celebrated Mugaksa, no enlightenment. Another one's complete enlightenment. Another one's big enlightenment.
Mm-hmm.
Which one is better?
Which one do you like? You only got 3 kinds. So no? Okay.
What do you mean when you say Dharma candy?
Dharma candy?
Yeah.
You already have candy. No? If you have no candy, then I hit you. Did you get Dharma candy? Okay. Okay, good. Dharma candy is very interesting. If you eat Dharma candy, there has no like dislike. Your mind like dislike disappear. Your mind, in your mind, good and bad already disappear. The tree is green, but this tree never say I am good, I am bad. The tree never say I am correct, I'm correct. Tree never say I like that, I don't like that. Not only tree, sky, also this any kind of natural water. Everything natural means never say I am good, no, I am bad. Okay. Never say I like that, I don't like that. Never say I am correct, not correct. Never say that. Human beings make like, dislike, good, bad, correct, incorrect. Human beings make thinking. Thinking up here or design up, okay. If you're not thinking, already sky, blue sky and tree green, everything, water, everything become harmony in the past. Because harmony means there has no like dislike, and the harmony means already peace mind. No more fighting. That means Dharma candy. We say Dharma candy. Okay. So if you practicing, your center strong. Stronger, everybody make Dharma candy. Himself. Your mind keep here, always thinking, checking, like this, like that, all of the energy. Your mind is here, then emotional. Wonderful. I don't like cry, this time mind up here. Your mind keep it under the stomach, okay, over here. That name the tanjan, that not moving. It has no like this, right? So that's the center, we say center. So if you eat food, many eat food, then digest. Your stomach, your food digest, make energy. So that is our stomach said, we say that nuclear power center. Many make energy into the over there tanjan, under your navel, under the 1 inch, under the from navel, under the 1 inch, over there name the tanjan. Tanjan means, tan means energy, jan means garden, energy garden. The name is tanjan, that's the energy garden. So you must don't think with anything, don't think good and bad. Just only go say don't know, or watching breathing. Or Japanese style only nothing, anything. Only deeply breathing, breathe out. Then energy, 1 point, go 1 point. Then meditation, much get energy. He said, I much practice, much get energy. Go to, then go outside, maybe it's a Central Square, many restaurants. But okay, not desire up here, only see, it's Italian restaurant, yeah, Chinese restaurant, that's all. I like Chinese restaurant, Chinese food, I like Italian. Not so much up here desire, no? Because already enough mind, enough stomach. Okay. So that is the energy, we say energy, correct energy. Correct energy means we say absolute energy. If you don't make good and bad, only just breathe in, breathe out, then your this energy garden point that we say original energy. This air is space energy. Yeah, some airplane, Indian airplane, explode, 300 people disappear. But this airplane, if your space have no energy, then this airplane cannot fly, should fall down. Have energy, so from New York to Los Angeles, fly past. That we say space energy. Then whole universal energy, we say great energy. So original your energy, space energy, great energy. The 3 kinds of energy we have. Then only just breathe in, breathe out, then space energy into your stomach. Then you connect the universal energy and your original energy connect. Because your original energy cycle, space energy cycle, universal energy, same cycle. So same cycle means connect. Okay, connect. But if you're thinking, spatial cycle appear. Okay. If you good thinking, then good energy cycle, good waves appear. Bad thinking, bad waves appear. So cannot connect with universal energy. So put it all down, any your opinion, any your conduct, any situation. Just do it. Just the breathing, but only go say, don't know, then connect. Then you get energy. But many get energy. Next time, the thinking, mind keep your thinking, checking, see something desire, hear something anger. This mind appear, then the energy through the display coming in all lose energy. It's a function center, okay? Energy, lose energy center here. So if you keep no eyes, no ears, no nose, no tongue, no body, no mind, always keeps energy. If you keep energy, then any situation, then energy, strong energy, strong center appear, then any situation, any condition, any feeling coming, going, your center is not moving. Your center not moving, then you can't control your feeling, your condition, your situation. Then you can't do anything. You can't do anything. Okay. Some this yoga meditation, they say if you pay $3,000, then you fry your body. It's possible. Not only fry, you can change your body possible. Maybe some gun want to shoot, but you concentrate. Concentrate. This gun, this hole, this side. Broken this gun, you know. This mental energy, mental energy action, mental energy. It's possible. That's the energy. That name is absolute energy, okay? We are just a good thinking, face is a very good face. Everybody sees, good feeling up here. A bad thinking, You sometimes go sleep, see movie, then bad man, face is bad, They look bad energy, always bad energy appear, this face, The good man, always good energy appear, But some Buddha was some, this Maria or Christ, the face, okay? Yes, some Christ is not so good, but it's some holy picture, okay? Holy picture. You see this holy Buddha's face or some good picture? That's not this good, bad face. Love face, okay? Great love, great sadness face. That great sadness means we say great compassion, okay? Because I love everybody, but everybody many suffering, so I also suffering. So great sad means great love. Great love. I have great love. I have great love, so I have great sadness. Okay? So that is a great love, great compassion face. That's the holy face. Not good, bad face. That's absolute. So we are any kind of this world is opposite energy. Good, bad, okay. High, low. It's opposite energy. But if you get absolute energy, you can control this good, bad energy. But the Christianity are fighting the good, evil and the good energy, always fighting. Have no midway, okay? Is it correct?
I'm not Christian.
Yeah, these are good and bad, always fight. Good and bad, fight. But Buddhism said good and bad have no self-nature. Good and bad have no self-nature. So, what is good, what is bad, You make good, you make bad. So you have good, you have bad. Don't make anything. That's no good, no bad. That's all. So more question? Okay.
Anthony, do you think a psychiatrist can help people?
Of course.
How?
They get money. You know, cannot help these people, then why go to the psychiatrist? Some kind of help, some kind. That means feeling is changing, feeling is changing. Bad feeling, bad feeling. So go to a psychiatrist doctor, talking. Oh, I have no problem. I am good. Then maybe return to home, then 1 day, 2 days, 3 days pass, again I feel that. Then again go to doctor. Then again pay money. Very good feeling. But this original sickness cannot fix, original sickness. Because everybody, if somebody come in this world, I want to come this world, I want to go this world. So you decide before coming here, then you talk to your mother, father, I go to this world, so help me please. Then you come in, then no problem, okay? Everybody, why coming this world don't understand, okay? So when die don't understand, when sick don't understand. So that means your karma, everybody karma already before life has been determined. So everything appear, disappear, that is by natural process. Human beings, no meaning, no choice, no reason. No choice, no choice. If you attain no choice, cannot go to, psychiatrist doctor. You must practice it, then your karma disappear, then you can change your life. Okay? That's the point. Practicing yourself strong, then you can control your feeling, your condition, your situation, then you can change natural process. That's the point. Okay? But your karma not changing. Go to doctor, very good feeling. Talking, very good feeling. After 1 day, 2 day, 3 day, 1 week, again appear. So again karma appear. The different karma again appear. Okay. So that's the point. But everybody like a good feeling, good taste. So doctor said, have this good taste. Okay? You have more question? No?
Why did you start practicing Zen?
Why ask me?
Curiosity.
Well, what's it?
I'm curious.
Theory? What mean?
If I can understand why you started, I may be able to understand why I'm starting. If I can understand why I'm starting, maybe I can stop.
You ask me, so I practice necessary. You are not asking me, I not practicing. So I ask you, why ask me? So I ask you, who are you? Who asked me? Who asked me?
I don't know.
Correct. You must understand you. Then you can become man. Now you have become not man. Who is man? What is man?
Don't know.
Correct. You must practice necessary. Same as me. Okay? So why practice that's very important. Somebody come in new heaven, okay? So why you come in new heaven? I don't know. Where are you coming from? I don't know. After where do you go? I don't know. That's stupid, yeah? Why come in new heaven? Yeah, new heaven, okay? Where are you coming from? Don't know. Where do you go? I also don't know. That's stupid. Everybody come in this world. Where do you come from? Don't know. Why do you come here? This world? Don't know. After where do you go? Don't know. Everybody's stupid. That means a big mistake. Why did you come here this world? Okay. Everybody's mistake, big mistake. So Buddha understand his mistake. Why can't I this one? What is like? What's that? So he want this mistake, human beings mistake make correct. Also, he don't like stupid, become clever necessary. So go to mountain, sat under the pori tree. What am I? Only don't know for 6 years. So one morning, so stop, got the enlightenment. Then I understood. Where are you coming from? Where did you go? Okay. Why come in this world? Then he was stupid mind or stupid human beings, this are the mind. So everybody want to take away stupid and take away mistake, make want to correct, practice. And practice, then understand your true self. Then you're not stupid. Then your mistake will already make correct. Yeah, this was many people, many famous professor, famous political president, Lee Hoon-Hwa, any kind of president. They don't understand. They think, I'm number one power man. I'm a number one important man. What is important? What is the number one man? They don't understand. Okay. So in Korea, in China, unsu, all broken clothes, broken shoes. That name is hippie monk. The American hippie style monk. Okay. Yeah, here is a cut, but this action is a hippie, not attached to anything. Only one day this mountain, next day that mountain, only that meditation, only you are thirsty, drink, then hungry, then eat, only tired, then sleep. They're free action. They don't want anything. High class government passing in front of him, then, many suffering people. Yeah, they think many are suffering. Okay, but many people, power, money, fame. Many want more famous, more suffering. More have a power, more suffering. Okay. More is get money, more suffering. This one is, suffering. If you're nothing, no suffering. How make nothing? That's a very important part. How make nothing? If you complete nothing, you have everything. That's a point. If you complete nothing, you have everything. That point. That sun is yours. That moon is yours. Whole universe is yours. If you complete nothing, which means complete empty mind, no mind. Complete no mind, complete empty mind. Then everything is yours. So if you have mind into the garbage ton, then you get everything. Everybody have mind. My mind. My mind has problem. My mind is okay. Oh, my mind is wonderful. Oh, my mind is, very happy. My mind. Where is my mind? Where is my mind? How big? Everybody don't understand mind. And they say my mind. That's a problem. Yeah? What is mind? Where is mind? What is mind also? Yeah? How big? In mind have outside and inside? They make mind, holding mind, and carrying mind. That make a problem, okay? So it is not necessary. Don't make a mind. Mind into the garbage. There's no problem. If we have mind, I have problem. No mind, no problem. That's the point. So more questions? No? Okay.
Could you talk about the relationship of non-attachment and non-discrimination?
non-attachment.
Relationship between non-attachment and non-discrimination.
Okay. Attachment, non-attachment. If you have attachment, not attachment, all have problem. If you correct relationship, any kind, not only attachment, okay, any kind of correct relationship, put it down any your opinion, any your combination, any situation, then everything make correct situation is possible, and the correct relationship is possible. Correct relationship. This is a cup. Okay. I attach this cup. I attach this cup. Then cannot correct relationship. Yeah, this cup is a very expensive. I like this cup. Then only can I use cup? Only keep some, very important plate. Keep over there. Only look at it. Oh, wonderful. What is a carb? What is carb? The carb situation means any water or juice or some drink into the meal is a correct function. Correct function. Only use correct function. Then carb situation, nice human being situation. Then correct relationship. Carb and me, correct relationship possible. That means correct function. Everything same as that. If you have your wife or your girlfriend, only attached to the girlfriend or wife, then something only have a problem at you. Only if you attach to something, cannot say anything, cannot correct anything, then cannot correct relationship. Only wife said, you do that, you do that. Yes sir, yes sir, yes sir. That's all. If you attach something. Only cannot see correct. Also cannot hear correct. Then everybody see, this man attached wife. Wife say that, this way, then okay, only that. Have no consciousness. Then your friends or your some understand people will look at you with laughing, So that's the attached. So put it down. Any your opinion, any your combination, any situation. So if you attach the cannot correct relationship, put it down. Don't attach. That correct relationship is possible. Correct relationship means that names of great love. Great love. Name is great love. If you have great love, in love, many kinds of love, okay? You and your father, your mother's love. You and your brother's love. You and your son or your daughter's love. You and your friend's love. You and your country love. You and all human beings love. You and your wife's love. All different love. Very clear. One by one, okay? That together we say great love. That names a correct relationship. You and your father, you and your children, you and your wife, you and your country, you and all beings. That's correct relationship. Okay? Okay. More question? No? Yesterday I talked about this world, two kind we are perceived. There are two kind this view. That means we check this something check two kind checking style. Okay. First time. Time means it's like that. Okay. Time is passing. Okay. Past, present, and the past, future. The human being is okay. I'm coming from where? My mother. My mother. This mother comes from where? This mother. This is his mother. His mother. This mother comes whole mother. This mother comes from mother. Maybe 1,000 mother up, okay? Then this room, whole room, people, one mother come, all separate, come in here, okay? So 1,000 mother up, then all connected to 1,000 mother, one mother come here. So that means that everybody brother sister, okay? One mother separate, come in here, many people, okay? Many generations of mother. The more mother, up. Then first mother up here, first mother. Who is first mother? God made? That's a checking, okay? Up. That's a time, we are time, okay? This first mother very important. You must find the first mother. Also, Buddhism, not only human beings, okay? This mother, my mother, up. Someday, this dog mother, up. Then this dog mother and my mother, one mother. Up, then one mother, separate one mother. So, dog is my friend. My brother, my sisters. Not only dog, cat, or snake, or deer, everything. All animals, maybe up, then one mother. Or is that one mother up here, then all kinds, any kind of animal, any kind of human beings, okay, up here. So that's, we say, up. One mother. Then all my friends, my brother, sister, that means love mine. You carry. That's the love. And not only human beings, it's all animal, everything. That is equality. Animal and me, equality. So human beings think about human beings, number one clever animal, you know. Also, Christianity, they said God give to human beings, give the power. So human beings kill other animal, no problem. That's number one bad teaching. Buddhism never this kind of teaching. Human being and animal is the same nature have, same nature. Sex is the nature of equality. Nature of equality. So great love and nature of equality. We have check time that appears. So number one, this first model says, first model we say, name is mine. Name is God. Name is material. Name is energy. So first model name, okay, first model name, somebody said God, somebody said mind, somebody said material, somebody said energy. Which is correct? First model's name is God, name is mind, name is this material, name is energy. But first model, no name, also no form. Everybody understands the point, then no problem. Okay. That's the point. So this world many separate, many separate idea. This world, God made everything. Okay, God made everything. Buddhism, some sutra said, mind make everything. All created by mind alone, so mind make everything. Communism said, no, this world original substance means the material. Nowadays, scientists, all people say that, yeah, this universal substance is energy, you know. So now they talk about the energy. your science movie, all computer, robot, everything's energy point, energy. All energy control this world. So energy. If you not eat the food, you cannot get energy. You die. So food is energy. Okay, air is energy. This is moon is around the sun. Okay, that's energy. Okay. So yeah, correct. Maybe correct. Energy is correct. So energy, or material, or this is your mind, or God. Which one is correct? So we are decided. I talk about driving as a Buddha. That's now this world fighting each other. Communism and this Christianity, or this capitalism, or something, Buddhism. My way correct, our way correct. Fighting is like that. Four blind men went to the zoo. Then see this, check this, elephant. One blind man check this, touch this leg, the leg, elephant leg. Oh, this elephant is like a column, big column. So there's although this blind man touches, stomach. Oh, yeah, elephant is like a wall. Some this although the blind man touch this flesh, frog. Elephant is a snake. One the blind man touches tail. Elephant is like a broom. Broom. So all different ideas. That's correct. He touched this some part of an elephant. Then my way correct. Your way not correct. Then fighting. Then I make the friend. Oh, you come in, my friend. I understand this, the elephant. I touch it. I saw that. I experienced it. Experience. What kind of experience? Only part of elephant, So many people, I experience. Universal substance is this, God give it to me energy. It is a God, No. Mind is very important. Mind, This type fighting, just it's like this a blind man fighting. If you open your eyes, then no problem. Oh, element leg, leg is like column. The stomach is like this, wall. What is it? Trunk is like snake. Then no problem. Only problem is my eyes not open. So everybody mind open, no problem. This world can see correct. How mind open? Put it down any your opinion, any condition, any situation, then your mind open. Holding something cannot open your mind. Cannot open your mind eyes. So put it all down any idea. Then you can open your eyes possible. That's a point. If you think in your mind, my mind is different. If you're not thinking your mind, my mind is same. If you're not thinking, there has no communism, there has no capitalism, has no Christian, has no Buddhist. The same. Then see together, hear together, smell together, taste together, action together, thinking together is possible. Only holding something. My God, my Buddha. No, communism, capitalism, something, socialism, some holding my idea. So cannot see correct, cannot hear correct, cannot smell correct, cannot action correct, cannot thinking correct. So put it all down, very important. So eminent teacher said, if you pass this gate, don't make anything. Don't make your any idea. Put it down your any idea. Then you can't pass this gate. That's the point. So Zen means not special. Put it down. Only go say, don't know. What am I? Don't know. Just don't know mind already stop thinking. Stop thinking to no thinking. No thinking means empty mind. Empty mind is before thinking, okay? You before thinking, my before thinking, the same before thinking. So you before thinking your substance, my before thinking my substance. Then this next substance, universal substance, every substance is the same substance. So when you keep it, no, that time already you are universe. Universe is you. You and everything already become one. That we say primary point. Primary points. So don't know is not don't know. Don't know is the primary point. Primary point name is don't know. But somebody say primary point is mind, or Buddha, or God, or nature, or substance, or absolute, or energy, or holy, or consciousness, or everything. But the true primary point, there is no name, no form, no speech, no word, because before thinking. Before thinking. Only when you keep don't know that time, you and everything already become one. That point is very important. So if you put it down, in any opinion, you attain your primary point. Attain your truth very easy. So, no question? No question?